Alright guys, welcome back. So, that vegan teacher, if you don't know who she is, she's basically this vegan activist who's really infamous for her attempts to turn people vegan. She became infamous on TikTok even though she got banned, and then she later on moved on to YouTube. Now, she is known for things like making her dog vegan, which is like not healthy, telling people that they're gonna burn in hell if they're not vegan, and attacking celebrities because they happen to promote meat. She was known for attacking Gordon Ramsay, and more recently, attacking MrBeast. Now, to show you what I mean, well, let's just go and check it out.
Hello students, today we're going to be reviewing a video by someone named MrBeast because you guys told me I should check him out. But before we watch him eat a $70,000 pizza, let's look into the eyes of this child.
So it's been a few seconds and already there is a picture of a starving child. I don't think I can show this on camera, but already vegan teacher is already attacking MrBeast's $70,000 golden pizza video, which by the way is more than a year old, so like 0 points for relevancy. But it kind of shows that she's cherry picking videos that could maybe make MrBeast anti-vegan. Like, I watched a couple of vegan teachers videos and like cherry picking arguments and evidence is almost like a trademark of her videos in an effort to get more people to be vegan.
There are millions of children around the world who are starving to death. Parents who are crying because they can't provide essential foods for their children. $70,000 could buy a lot of food.
I love the fact that that vegan teacher fails to mention the food pantry that MrBeast opened recently, or how he's brought out like an entire store to feed people with. But of course, this is that vegan teacher, and she'll definitely ignore all the charitable works that MrBeast has done and focus on that one video of him eating expensive food in an effort to portray him as like not caring about starving children. Now this is a classic vegan teacher move right here.
Let's watch his video anyway. Every time he does something that I don't approve of, I'm going to be putting an X on my notepad. Every time he does something that's good, I'll provide a check mark. If he mentions the word vegan, if he talks about fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and promotes them, great. If he promotes eating animals from the dairy industry, the meat industry, the egg industry, if he promotes any kind of violence by showing these foods and showing himself enjoying them, he will be getting X's on his report card.
I can already predict the amount of X's that MrBeast is gonna get. Like, he does not eat vegan food at all in that video. And he's gonna point out things like, oh, is that vegan food? No. Oh, that's an X.
Let's hope he mentions the word vegan at some point.
This is the beginning of a $70,000 pizza. In this video,
Is it vegan? He doesn't say so.
we will be eating a $70,000 pizza.
Oh my god. This is incredible.
Yo, $2,000 steak.
Oh my god.
Steak is a dead animal that didn't want to die.
This is amazing.
Vegan teacher is just pointing out foods that aren't vegan that MrBeast eats. Which, by the way, MrBeast does not eat a single vegan food. So I'll just skip through most of this part of vegan teacher's video.
Here's the golden wings. Do you always serve?
Don't steal animals' body parts. Eating animals is wrong. Hurting animals is wrong. Animals are here with us on the planet, not for us. This is obscene.
What does this have to do with MrBeast? Like, your argument earlier was that MrBeast was wrong for spending $70,000 on a golden pizza because children are starving, and now you're arguing about the ethical reasons why someone should be vegan. Like, I'm not trying to deny the ethical reasons why someone should be vegan, but at the beginning of the video, you were arguing that MrBeast spending that much money on the golden pizza was wrong given the amount of starving children. Like, what is your argument against MrBeast? Is it that him eating golden pizza is wrong because of starving children? Or is it that him not eating vegan food is wrong because of the ethical concerns of that non-vegan food? Like, you don't seem to have a clear argument against MrBeast, and you just want to promote veganism in whichever way you want to.
With that, can we have it? Here you go, Chandler.
Thanks.
Wow. Chris is sick, so he's tuning in on an iPad.
These are our famous Ainsworth 24 karat gold.
I'm sold. I just kind of want to eat it.
Hey, don't forget me.
You can wait. Oh my god.
That actually tastes really good.
I hate both of you.
Next is a $125 milkshake.
Been looking forward to this all day.
Is it made with vegan milk? vegan milk, oat milk, soy milk, better for the environment, better for health, and they don't involve the suffering of the dairy industry.
Again, what does this have to do with MrBeast? Are you arguing about the ethical reasons why someone should be vegan? Or are you arguing that MrBeast spending thousands of dollars on food is bad because of the starving children? Like, it seems that you're using MrBeast as an excuse to promote your vegan ideals. Like, you're cherry picking old MrBeast videos to make him seem bad, and yet you ignore all the charitable things that MrBeast has done, such as the food pantry that he recently opened. But of course you ignore all of that because it doesn't fit in with your narrative that MrBeast is bad for eating expensive food, be vegan instead.
It tastes like ice cream, but like 10 times better.
Make your milkshakes with vegan ice cream, vegan milk. This is totally not okay.
In your eyes, of course this is not going to be okay. MrBeast is not vegan, so he is not going to eat vegan food. Not everyone wants to be vegan, and you have to respect that. I can understand the ethical reasons for being vegan, but it is a choice. You can't force people to be vegan. You can only convince them, and yet your methods of trying to convince people to be vegan are driving people away. Trying to attack celebrities for not being vegan is driving people away from veganism. Telling people that they will burn in hell for not being vegan is turning people away from veganism. If you want people to be vegan, then you have to stop attacking others for their diets and just convince them of the ethical reasons to be vegan. But your methods are driving people away from veganism, and your videos are only doing more harm to vegan activism.
I don't think MrBeast really understands what he's contributing to. But right now, 820 million people have insufficient food. Unhealthy diets of animal products without enough vegan foods cause more morbidity and mortality than alcohol, drugs, and tobacco combined.
If you're so concerned about the amount of starving people, then whether or not their food is vegan is irrelevant. Like, I'm not a dietitian, but I'm pretty sure if someone is starving, then the amount of calories they consume is more important than whether it is vegan or not. Like, if you're trying to feed starving people, then you can't really be picky about the type of diet that you're trying to feed people. Like, if you were arguing about the obesity and unhealthy diets that people eat, then yes, vegan foods are healthier than non-vegan foods. But your argument that vegan foods are more healthier than non-vegan foods is irrelevant when you're trying to argue that too many people are starving. Again, you can't be picky on whether the food is vegan or not when trying to feed so many starving people, because those people need food regardless if it is vegan or not.
The production of 1 calorie of animal protein requires more than 10 times the fossil fuel input as 1 calorie of plant protein. It is much more effective to eat the plants directly than to filter them through animals and then eat the animals. It's also the morally superior decision. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has stated this fact.
I'm not denying the fact that veganism is more environmentally friendlier than non-vegan foods. If you're arguing the environmental impact of veganism, then I would agree. But you're arguing about the amount of starving children. And like, wouldn't it be more important to get food to starving people as fast as possible rather than whether or not the food production is more environmentally friendlier? Like, I'm not trying to say that the environmental impact is not important, but in the context of feeding starving children, well, there are more issues that take precedent than the environmental impact.
We must promote veganism whenever we can. This intergovernmental panel on climate change, this UN group has 195 member countries. Thousands of scientists and experts assess the science of climate change. They summarize thousands of research papers. So these are just not anybody. 195 member countries are members of this intergovernmental panel on climate change, and they promote eating more plants and eating less animals. Best for the climate.
Again, I'm not trying to argue against the environmental impact of non-vegan foods, but your video is all about the amount of starving children there are. if you're trying to feed starving children, then whether or not their food is vegan or was made with environmentally friendlier methods doesn't matter as much as trying to get food to them in the first place. I'm not trying to say that the environmental impact is irrelevant, but your entire video is about the amount of starving children there are, not the environmental impact of food production.
Beast, unfortunately, I have given you so many X's here for promoting the violence, for not talking about the environment, for not promoting healthy eating, no vegetables, no fruits. Every single thing you mentioned comes from suffering. I didn't hear you say one good thing at all. Mr. Beast, unfortunately, you failed this assignment. You need to go back and undo the damage that you've done. The first thing that you can do, Mr. Beast, number 1, is become vegan. Number 2, become an animal rights activist for the rest of your life. Tell people that the videos that you've done in the past, including this one, that you're ashamed of and that you wish you had never done them. Only promote vegan foods, vegan products. Help us to change the hearts and the minds of people all around the world so we can have a better place for future generations.
MrBeast is not becoming vegan, I can guarantee it. Now, before I end this video, I want to say this out loud. I am not against veganism. I can understand the ethical reasons why someone wants to be vegan, but it is a choice people make. People cannot be forced to be vegan, but vilifying people because they are not vegan is not the way to go. The vegan teacher's methods of trying to turn people into being vegan have only done the opposite. She is only turning people away from veganism, and she is only doing more harm to the entirety of vegan activism. This is all I have to say. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Goodbye.